is up, Karma Nation? Welcome here to NASCAR Live with NASCAR Dave Goat. Goat Dave, NASCAR Goat. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. We are here with NASCAR Live. We do the stream live every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which gives you guys the ability to ask the number one ranked analyst in all of NASCAR DFS land any questions you have about today's race, which today we have the Auto Club 400. Not a crazy name, so I can't spend 5 minutes talking about how much I hate it. So instead, we'll just get straight to the goodies. Now, some housekeeping notes. If you have not seen yet, there is a head banner on dfskarma.com, which if you haven't seen, then you haven't checked out our site in the last 2 weeks, which first off, shame on you. Secondly, click that head banner, deposit $20 into your DraftKings account, and DraftKings will match it. So if you guys don't already know, we are sponsored by DraftKings, so click that banner on top of dfskarma.com, and it will match your $20 deposit. If you do, you can deposit $500 if you want to. They'll still only give you $20 in DraftKings credit. So make sure you do that. And secondly, as well, something we mentioned on the previous stream, we have our March Madness package we just launched the other day, and everyone who signs up for March Madness gets a free entry into our $100,000 contest. If you weren't with us last year we started a $100,000 March Madness challenge, which of course it gives you guys the opportunity to win $100,000 for nothing, because it's a free ticket for being an active sub of ours. And so if a few things go your way in terms of getting the final 4 correct, the final 2 correct, and a few other things, you can get $100,000 courtesy of DFS Karma. But we also have NASCAR core plays, which have been en fuego. And for you non-Spanish speakers, that means on fire. But yeah, we have NASCAR core plays season package, which includes not just core plays for the Sunday races, for the Cup Series, but also for the trucks and the Xfinity. So if you want to catch that fire along with the prop plays as well, Monkey Knife Fight, we've single-handedly been putting them out of business NASCAR-wise this season. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into things. So we're just do the same standard breakdown. There's people going crazy behind Dave right now. There are people causing a riot in Dave's house.
Oh yeah, that's my kids. What do you expect?
It's like they saw you on stream and they're like, I'm gonna jump as hard on these steps as possible because Dad is not paying attention to me.
They've been watching a movie in the bedroom for like an hour, and I go downstairs, and sure enough, they start playing and jumping around.
All right. Well, actually, before we get to the first tidbit that we usually do, it looks like OS on YouTube, one of our frequent NASCAR live watchers. First off, welcome back, but also question here: Ty Dillon plus Blaney with $500 left on the table, or Austin Dillon plus Byron with $0 left on the table. Let us know. I guess
it's cash. I can tell you it's cash lineup right now.
Let us know.
I know about the build, but we'll get into that. But trust me, I just know because it's gonna be a chalky week. So that's and I think if you look at final thoughts, I think you'll get your answer on what you're looking for there.
So simple as that. So go to dfskarma.com, click on NASCAR Final Thoughts, free to view cheat sheet / player pool, and those answers will be there. And he said, I said it was on DK as well. So yeah, make sure you check out Final Thoughts. And Joey just chimed in saying, "Dad hats are greater than snapbacks." Freaking Joey.
I hate snapbacks. I will never wear a snapback. That is the one biggest pet peeve I have with hats, and so anyway, I can't wear those.
Freaking dad hats. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start our usual thing, where first off, I asked Dave if there's anything about this race, in terms of rules, regulations, whatever it may be, that affects our strategy. So go ahead and tell us about the Auto Club 400.
Yeah, it's a 2-mile racetrack. It's in shape. It's similar to Michigan International Speedway. It's different though because the tire wear is immense at Auto Club. That'll play a factor today. Typically you'd be looking for 1 to 2 dominators in cash this week. I'm just not. It depends. I guess it depends on what you classify as a dominator. So I guess if you classify Truex because he's so expensive as a dominator, you can call him that this week. I'm saying you probably go 0 to 2 when it comes to dominators in cash. Again, Dominator is first driver that leads laps and has fastest laps. As a qualifying really kind of went a little screwy yesterday, and so we've got some great place differential plays. There's a couple ways to go. I think there's a chalk build this week when it comes to cash, so it's a good week to pivot here and there and put them in some 3 entry maxes and go in that 20 entry max and max that out and kind of pivot here and there. Make yourself a little different. Because if one person in that chalky build falls out, you get ahead of the field there. What else? I think that's about it when it comes to strategy wise for Auto Club.
All right. So with that being said, let's go right into the top tier range. So as always, remind people what top tier is in terms of salary range, and then who is your favorite cash play for it.
For sure. When it comes to this week, my top tier was Chase Elliott on up, and the cash play. If he's not 100% owned in cash, I'm going to go through and I'm going to find the people who didn't play Truex in cash, and I'm going to write their usernames down, and I'm going to search for them in head-to-heads and 3-mans for the rest of the season, because there is no reason not to play Martin Truex in cash. He what happened is he failed pre-qualifying tech yesterday 3 times. When you do that, you're not allowed to put up a lap, and you start from the back, and you're scored from the back. So he scored from last place, 38th. Truex had one of the better cars in practice, and he has the highest floor. He can't lose points. He won't end up negative on the slate. Even if you were to blow an engine, he will not end up negative on this slate. So you just plug in Martin Truex and you move on. And even in GPPs, I could see you playing him in a bunch of them because he just got so much upside. Obviously you fade him in 1 or 2. If you're playing like a 20 entry max, I could see you going like 75% Truex, 70% Truex, and then making a few lineups that don't have him in there in case something happens, and that way you're gonna get ahead of the field. I honestly think Truex is probably gonna be about. Should be about 95% owned in cash because there's always those idiots, and then probably about 70% in GPPs. So he's just a lock and load cash play today.
All right. So and then also you said some exposure on GPPs as well, but would he be your overall favorite GPP in that salary range?
For his upside, yeah. I think you have to play Martin Truex today. If you're playing, like 3 entry max, 20 entry max, the 150s, I could see you fading him in a few more, but there's just so much upside to Truex, and he's good. He should be owned, so I think you have to play him.
So you're saying in a 20 max, you're looking at about 75% is not crazy for GPP.
Yeah, I did the 20 max, and I think I had him at 70% or 75%. So. I don't care. I really actually, for as many drivers as there are, I really my player pool in that 20 entry max was really limited, and so I kind of took stands today. But I feel like it's a good place to. It's a good race to take stands on way qualifying shaped out and whatnot. But I know I'm going to lead us right into the GPP play in this top tier. I'm just going to skip over you and let me talk.
I already brought it up though, so
not really. You said it's Truex one of my favorite. Yeah, but
I think Kyle. I'm talking over you, monster.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, Kyle Busch, he starts 17th. So he's not as great of a play as Martin Truex. And his price is more expensive, obviously. But Kyle has that upside. He's got top 5 potential today. He had some decent speed in practice, decent long run speed. So I definitely don't mind, putting in some Kyle Busch and maybe even in those tournament lineups, when you're looking to fade Martin Truex, Kyle Busch is a good replacement for Martin Truex. I can also see you putting Martin Truex and Kyle Busch in the same lineup. So, there's place differential upside for Kyle Busch. His floor just isn't as great as Martin Truex, and that's why I think Truex, is your stable cash play, and Kyle Busch is, fringe cash play, but more of a GPP play for me.
All right, move on to the mid tier. What salary range are we looking at for this mid tier for today? And then who's your go to cash?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like 7,200 to like right below Chase Elliott, which was 9,800. My go-to today in cash is probably going to be Denny Hamlin. He starts 28th. He wasn't great last week when he had to start from the back, and I actually fully faded him last week, and it worked out nice for my GPPs. But the floor again, and this is another race. This is where this kind of reminds me of last year when we had the stupid group qualifying, and you get all these weird qualifying, lineups because people would run into slower cars and slow down their lap, and it just was dumb and whatever. But this is kind of a race that reminds me of it, because you got some guys who normally wouldn't qualify here in the back that are great plays. Denny Hamlin's got a great place differential option today, and his price is a little bit down on DK, so I think he's a great play for cash. I also think Hamlin's a good spot in GPPs to kind of pivot off of. That's when I was talking about pivoting off one or two of those chalky guys. I think Hamlin's a great option to pivot off of.
All right, yeah, Steve on Facebook, I think, well, I guess we just already answered that question, but he said, would you suggest running Kyle with Martin? Now, you already mentioned that you can do that, but I guess just to follow up on that, I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like that kind of GPP build with 10 being the most, running Kyle and Martin together? Like, how much do you favorite that strategy?
I'd maybe do it once or twice. I don't think you need to do it a lot.
All right, well, let's move on to the GPP side of those middle range peeps.
Mm-hmm. GPP side of the middle range. And this is kind of where you could maybe differentiate in cash. And if you're looking for using one of those dominators, is Alex Bowman. I like him. I think he's going to be popular too. He's been fast all weekend. He led first practice. He led second practice. He led all the categories in consecutive laps. And fastest. So Bowman was really fast all weekend. Should be popular. Qualified third. I know Boyer qualified in the pole. And I know Jimmy qualified second. And it's kind of like one of those. It's his last race at his home track. Yada yada yada. But I think Bowman has that ability to get around Boyer and Johnson and lead a good portion of that first segment. And for that, I think Bowman's a good GPP play to get some of those dominator points today. Definitely like him on FanDuel. But on DraftKings, he holds that upside as well, for dominator points.
All right, now to the cheapos. So so from min price to what is cheapos for this race? Who's the
cheapos
highest?
is basically 7,000 on down this week.
What are you looking at for cash?
For cash, and again, it's going to be another chalkier play for cash, is Ross Chastain, 6,500 on DraftKings. Starts 27th. Another guy who qualified in the back. You can't really look at track history with Ross Chastain in the Cup Series because he's been in inferior equipment. So you're more or less playing it because it's a Roush Fenway car. So the equipment's better. You can kind of look back and see how Newman did, how Bain did in this car, and I think he's got top 15 upside, which, at this price, I'll take that. I'll take Ross Chastain, get me a, 15th, 16th place finish. I don't think that's out of the question. And value this week, it's kind of like blah. There's really no one.
What is it kind of like?
It's kind of like blah.
Blah.
It's just there's nothing there that stands out to you, other than Ross. So, he's just going to be a lock and load value play when it comes to cash games. And then I think there's a few guys maybe that, you could probably pivot off of Ross, because in no way would I, in a 20 entry max lineup, would I want to have like 90% Ross Chastain. So there's definitely a couple other guys that you can look towards, that might actually, be a decent play, a decent pivot in one of those tournaments.
A question from Colin on Twitter. On FanDuel, do you think it's better to be a bit more balanced with your lineups? Not sure if he's referring to cash or GPPs, but in general on FanDuel, I guess, for both sides of that equation? Do you think it's better to be more
Like
balanced,
on
or
FanDuel, like today I think in cash you still play Martin Truex. Um, but I FanDuel cares more about finishing positions and laps run. So I'm more normally when I build my FanDuel lineup, I'm looking more towards those guys in the middle tier
he
and a
just
little
followed
bit
it up
higher.
with GPP? So he's referring to GPPs on balanced lineup for FanDuel.
Okay, so for GPP, yeah, I mean, it, you know, yeah, I guess you could go balanced. I wouldn't mind, getting one of those top tier guys in today over there, like Kyle Busch. I don't think he's going to be popular in cash. So for GPP, I think I don't think he's going to be popular in, as popular as Truex and some of these other guys. So I think, you can jump up. And FanDuel's pricing is never good. So you can always get one of these top tier guys and then fill in with the middle guys, and, like I said, Ross Chastain's pretty cheap over there on FanDuel. So yes and no, I guess is it, I don't know if it's a good I don't know if it's a good answer, but I could see a balance build on FanDuel. I think I've got a couple of those in my tournament lineups over there. But I also don't mind jumping up and grabbing one of those top tier guys because someone like Joey Logano, or Kyle Busch has a good chance of finishing top five, and with the pricing over there on FanDuel, you can get guys like Byron and stuff like that who are good at or finish good too. So, I'm not sure I go completely balanced.
Ross on YouTube says, "Do you think Boyer hits 7,900 value from the pole?"
I'm probably underweight on Boyer today. I just nothing excites me about Boyer starting from the pole at Fontana. I don't see it. When he went out to qualify, a cloud came out, cooled the racetrack down, made him, he caught that last cloud, and boom, that's how he got. I mean, he has a decent car. He's got but he has to lead laps and he has to finish in the top five, which I'm not sure he's gonna do either. And I just think Bowman, I'm a firm believer that Bowman's gonna lead a good portion of this first segment. If Boyer does, I'm probably in trouble. Because I don't have a lot of Boyer exposure because I just don't have that faith in him.
All right, so before we get to the GPP for the cheapos, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
literally plugging in things as you're like we're building a lineup together on stream.
Uh,
So this is GPP wise. I have Martin, Hamlin, Chastain, and Bowman as my four core for this GPP. Based on what you're saying,
okay.
is that on par with GPP or is that more cashy? And you're
I think three of those guys are going to be pretty chalky, and like I said, I think Bowman's going to get some decent ownership too. So I don't mind Blaney, either. Blaney's right around I think Blaney's just a little more expensive than Bowman on DraftKings. And coming into the weekend, I probably was on Blaney before I even before qualifying and practice and all that. And yeah, Blaney's 9,400, Bowman's 8,800. So I wouldn't mind jumping up and getting Ryan Blaney instead of Bowman, and then building from there.
all right. Let's see. Steve on Facebook has another question. He says, "Okay, big money single entry. Please advise if you can. Kyle, Martin, Bowman, Ross, Reddick, LaJoy. LaJoy, the boomer bust play."
Yeah, LaJoy is a boomer bust play. I mean, LaJoy will make you different. I don't think he's going to be super high owned. I think he'll be under 10%. You know.
Do you think that's a good single entry lineup?
When I guess my strategies are never to take down tournaments. My strategies are to cash in tournaments. Especially single entry. I'm just trying to cash. If I'm gonna, I go crazy in these when I have like the 150 max and single entry. I want to cash and I want to move on to the next week. I don't know if I'd use LaJoy. I just, I know I have him written on Final Thoughts as a tournament play, and he's 5,400 and he's cheaper. I just don't see it. I think he got lucky last week with the 16th place finish. Because there's some pit strategy and then there was that accident right as they came to the white flag. And I think LaJoy's probably more of a top 25 at best, and he starts 26th, so his upside's a little limited. I'm not like saying it's a horrible lineup. I'm just not like jumping for joy over it.
Not jumping for joy over the joy. Look at that.
There you go. See what I did there? Yeah, Joey was talking about dad hats. Now we're talking about dad jokes. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna puke. OS on YouTube, Blaney or Byron DK Cash?
Byron.
And then let's move on to the last part of that original segment, your cheapo GPP play.
Cheapo GPP play. I'm personally probably a little higher on Reddick this week when it comes to my GPPs and my percentages. It's just like he's kind of like Larson. This track suits him. Because there's a high line, and the high line is fast. And both Reddick and Larson like to run that high line. And as long as they can keep it off the wall, unlike Briscoe yesterday, who didn't in the Xfinity race, it's good. It'll work for him. And I think, Reddick, it's not like, Reddick's a rookie in the Cup Series, but he's also run this track, in Xfinity. So it's not like he's never dealt with the tire wear, never dealt with anything like that. And I think he's a good pivot play in GPPs, off of Ross Chastain. And I think he'll be a little lower owned.
Now, especially it all depends on the type of race, of course. I know with Daytona 500, we're talking about, leave thousands of dollars of salary on the table. With this kind of race here, whether we're looking at cash or GPP, is it completely against your expert belief? Those stairs, man,
they're literally right above my head. That's why.
Oh man, I just see them stopping, like, pay attention to us. But right. Anyway, my question was, with this race today with the Auto Club 400, is it against your religion to do a lineup with a 0 left in salary?
Against my religion to do that? No, I don't. I probably have. I think in that 20 entry max, I think I have one lineup, and the most salary I left, I think, was 1,100. So, and that's a lot, for me. And a race like today, I mean, you're using up your salary today. You're not going to leave a lot of salary on the table.
All right, so $0 left isn't too crazy as it was with the Daytona 500. Perfect.
Correct. Yeah. Anthony can use up all his salary today. I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, he's just lurking in the chat or lurking in the stream. Like, am I allowed to do this? Am I not allowed to do this?
Right.
Eric Allen, EA, Twitter. What about Timmy Hill?
You seriously asking that, Eric? If that's you, I'm going to be talking to you later about that. No Timmy Hill. You don't use Timmy Hill. Don't ever use Timmy Hill.
Don't ever use Timmy Hill. So now that we've went through the different tier ranges for the cash and GPP wise, let's look at well, first I was going to mention that I mentioned in the beginning, if you guys don't have an account on monkeyknifefight.online yet, get an account, use Karma as a promo code when you deposit for the first time. You get a nice deposit match, courtesy of our partnership. And then as well, Dave does not only post winning Monkey Knife Fight plays for the Cup Series, he also posts them for the Truck and Xfinity if they happen to go on the site. So if you want to get those, sign up for the NASCAR Season Pass, get in the chat room, get all the plays. And then also, I was going to segue from that into the betting. So betting wise, what we typically do is we see his favorite. So outside of the top 5 favored drivers to win, who is your favorite person, 6th favored or less, that you're putting some money on, and also who is the least favored in general that you would consider giving a shot to win this race?
I don't like you right now because Bowman's the 5th. He's got the 5th best odds, and that's who I'd go with 8-1 because I think he could win. I think he wins this race. But since he made that stipulation, I'll go right below him. I'll go to Ryan Blaney, who's 9-1, and on DK Sportsbook right now, as a guy who could win this race today.
So you want to do the 5th overall?
I want to do Bowman 8-1 because I think okay, he wins the race. But I feel just as good about Blaney winning the race as well. I just like where Bowman's starting. I like what Bowman showed in practice. I don't know. And Blaney's just showed really good. Like, he's been really good all season. I mean, it's only been a couple races, but in those couple races, he's looked really good. And Penske cars do good on Penske built tracks like, Auto Club. So, so I like Blaney, I'm not opposed to putting money on either one of them. So.
All right. Colin on Twitter, how about Bell? He was top 5 fastest laps.
I guess here's my issue with Bell. He's probably like the second best rookie, today. I like Reddick over Bell. Bell does start 22nd, so he's a couple spots behind Reddick, so there's a little better upside. I'm not sold yet. I'm willing to take chances. Let me talk this through with you guys. I'm willing to take chances on Hamlin, Truex, Eric Jones, and Kyle Busch. Those are the 4 Toyotas. Bell, he's the 5th Toyota out there. I don't. I think the Toyotas are having issues right now in this West Coast swing, and when they do this West Coast swing, more or less, they have what they have. They're not going to the shop. They're not changing up these cars. So I'm not sold on the Toyotas, right now, and I don't care for Bell as much as maybe some other people do.
All right. Vincent Lloyd on Twitter, is Jones a good cash play?
Yes. Yes, he is on both sides too.
All right. So if you guys have any more questions, we'll take another few minute or two here. But if anything outside of what we've already covered, outside of Jarvis already mentioned, is there any other 2 cents you want to throw in to the stream?
Yeah, if you want, we didn't really go for a long shot here on DK Sportsbook. You want that? I give you that.
You seem pretty hell bent on getting the 5th.
I did, but if you want someone else, with a little more action, you go William Byron at 25-1. So,
okay, so he's the biggest long shot, or the that you would splash something on. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So.
Fair enough. Kenny on YouTube, bro, man, you're asking questions in all caps. I feel like you're yelling at us. But Kenny on
probably YouTube, yelling at you, like we all do.
I hate you guys. You're a bunch of bullies.
Well, you make it too easy, Travis.
What about Jones? Do you think Jones can come to the front? I guess has a chance of placing high, is what he meant.
I think Jones is like a top 15 car today. I don't really see a lot out of him. I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think he places top 10 without some pit strategy or something like that you can't really figure in when you're looking at these things. No, you guys gotta go upstairs. Go.
Stop.
Go ahead.
On the ceiling.
I feel like there's that one video out there. That one guy who's in a meeting or something on an interview on TV, and the kids come running in. That mom comes running in, like, let's come out of here. Every week it's a battle with these damn kids. Where was I at?
You're talking about
Jones. Eric Jones. So yeah, Eric Jones. The speed's like top 15. So if you're looking for a bet, I wouldn't bet him for top 5 or anything like that, or win. I don't see that happening. But for DFS, I think he's a good play.
All right, another question from YouTube. Timothy on YouTube says, any thoughts of Jimmy Johnson winning this race? You already mentioned the narrative play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jimmy's got a chance. He over his career, he's been really, really good. Here at Auto Club. I just feel like for the past 2 years he's really declined. But I'm guessing that he probably got some of the best equipment this weekend, being his home track and whatnot. He's got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins here. At Auto Club, the last one coming in 2016. He's Jimmy Johnson, and about 2 or 3 years ago, I've been like, yeah, he's Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, definitely he's got a chance to win. Now he's Jimmy Johnson. I'm not sure I trust him to not hit the wall. So, he's got a chance to win. I just not sure it's a great one.
All right, we have, let's see where we at. I guess, following up on Eric Jones, Ross says, Eric Jones or Boyer in GPPs?
Eric Jones.
Bowdy on YouTube, Byron or Jones is a better cash play on either site?
Byron on FanDuel. On DraftKings, I think they're pretty similar. I think the only difference, let me check real quickly here. Yeah. Okay, they're only 300 difference. I think maybe Eric Jones for the floor, but I think they're both good cash plays.
All right, OS on YouTube as well. If fading one of these in one lineup, which do you fade on a DK GPP? So you're getting 4 options here. You got to fade one of them. DK GPP, Jones, Austin Dillon, Hamlin, Byron.
Probably Eric Jones, and then Hamlin. So let's just, and that'll help out with you, I guess. I'd fade Eric Jones first, then Hamlin, then Dillon, then Byron. That's the order in which I'd go. So.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up everything for this one. So remember,
another thing, if you would have gotten in the NASCAR car package that we talked about, we had some great Monkey Knife Fight. I don't know, they must have hit the snooze button about an hour and a half ago, and they put some almost lock plays up. They're no longer there anymore because we hammered them and whatnot. They're gone. So that's one of those advantages of that NASCAR Discord, that NASCAR Core Plays thing. Is getting those, because right now there's nothing that excites me too much. But man, there was a couple plays and there was just like, oh, we're maxing that. That's like a lock, 2 or 3 here and a 2 and a 3 here. So I know we talked a little bit about Monkey Knife Fight, but we didn't really go over any plays. But definitely getting that Discord is definitely the place to be for those plays.
All right, yeah. So, like I said earlier, the Monkey Knife Fight is more or less changing their NASCAR offerings due to Dave taking a lot of their money away, giving it. It's like Dave's like Robin Hood. Dave is he's like, you know what, guys, you need some money on Monkey Knife Fight. Here, play these
Oprah,
plays.
you get a car. Yeah, you get money.
So this is a live stream, and there's a chance you're watching this on any of our live stream channels, such as Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of that jazz. But if you want to watch all of our podcasts, so the pre-recorded stuff that we do for other sports as well, you're going to have to go to our YouTube channel and click the subscribe button. So you can either type karmamedia.live, so karmamedia.live, or you just go to YouTube, hit the search on YouTube, and just type in either Karma Media, DFS Karma, Bet Karma. It'll pop up either way. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, because if it's not being streamed live, then it's going to be there and not on the other networks. So make sure you do that. Just knock it out right now. So as soon as the stream's over with, just knock it out. And then also, if you caught us in the middle of it, all of our live streams are replayable. So just wait till we're done here in a few seconds. It'll pop up on the same channel you watch right now. Rewind, fast forward, all that jazz. Make sure you sign up for the NASCAR Core Plays season package, which you get his DraftKings plays, the FanDuel plays, of course, and Monkey Knife Fight as well, with some other sports betting stuff splashed in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed NASCAR Live for the Auto Club 400. Make sure you follow, subscribe, whatever channel you're watching us right now, and we'll see you on our next Sunday race
at Phoenix.
Which I hope has a crazy name. I could spend 10 minutes.
Well, you go ahead and do what you do best and fill time. And I'll tell you right now.
I'm remain quiet just to E-Rush. I see you asking a question there on Twitch. The YouTube handle, it's you just go, like I said, just go to YouTube and search Karma Media or DFS Karma, and you'll be able to find it there. It's the name of it is Karma Media Network. We've combined both brands into one channel, both DFS Karma and Bet Karma collectively combined. So you don't have to jump around between podcasts and everything like that. So yeah, if you're watching this right now and it's not on YouTube, go to YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. Easy peasy, but that is all the time filler you're gonna get.
I've got it. I had it halfway through when you were talking. So
what is the dumb name we have for Phoenix?
The Fan Shield 500.
It's short, so I usually hate when it's crazy long. Yeah. But I don't hate it.
Looking ahead here at some of these, there's actually nothing that's too crazy coming up.
Like if they had like the Daytona Auto Club Nation Fan Shield 500, then that's when I spent 10 minutes just hating on it. But yep, so we'll see you guys here for our next Sunday race. Remember, all Sunday races 12 p.m. Eastern time, and yep, we'll see you when we see you. So if you have winning screenshots, whether it's Monkey Knife Fights, if the sports bet plays hit, which the more than likely to, because Dave is Dave Goat,
We'll see.
And he spits out winners. And if you went on DraftKings or FanDuel for the stuff you watched, throw the screenshots up on Twitter. Our home Twitter account is at DFS_karma. Tag us, tag Dave at David Jr. 831. You've seen his Twitter handle underneath his face all through long, and we'll see when we see him. Good luck, guys.
See you.